stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have an unusually large gathering tonight, so we'd like to welcome everyone. Our first item on our agenda is approval of minutes. We have two sets of minutes, one for March 20th and one for April 3rd. Is there any corrections or?
No, Commissioners, I didn't see any changes. Do we want to approve these individually? Okay.
Why don't we do one first? There is one thing on April 3rd that might not make a correction to, but a clarification. So go ahead on the.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from the March 20th.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. On April 3rd's meeting minutes, we had inadvertently had on our agenda item 8, and that was open sealed bids for the 2024 industrial oil for our road department. And that was an error on our part. Actually, the bid opening is today. So I don't know, Lori, if we need to make some adjustment there or how to handle that, but okay. With that, go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve with the correction of the added line that reflects that the bid opening was for today.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 2 is Employee of the Month, Kourtney Cox.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This is a very packed house to be talking to today. It makes me nervous. So I want to talk to you about our April Employee of the Month. And I want you to know that this started with a conversation in Kellie's office. She and I were sitting and talking. And Barry walked in, and like we often do, he comes in and says, "All right, I have a crazy idea, but hear me out." And I really wish that I could remember the context of the conversation that we had that day. But I remember when he walked out of there, I looked at Kellie and I said, he really needs to be Employee of the Month. So where's Barry? Barry, it was me. He's been asking me since the newsletter came out who nominated him. It was me. So with that, good afternoon. I am thrilled to be here today to talk about someone who truly deserves our recognition, Barry Horsley. While you may be familiar with Barry's role as our IT and maintenance director, his influence on Carbon County surpasses the scope of this title. To say that Barry wears many hats is an understatement, and his commitment to our community goes far beyond the confines of his job description here. As a part-time EMT on the Carbon County Ambulance, a volunteer firefighter with Price City Fire Department, a member of the Carbon County Hazmat team, and a key figure in the Carbon County Fair, Barry consistently seeks opportunities to make a positive impact. But what really sets Barry apart is his passion. Not just clocking in and out, he's deeply invested in the well-being of our community. From offering a helping hand to sharing his wealth of knowledge, Barry is always there when you need him. He's constantly looking for ways to streamline processes, offer support to different departments, and find innovating solutions to challenges. His dedication to making Carbon County a better place is truly inspiring. From day one, Barry has been an incredible source of support, mentorship, and friendship to me. His expansive knowledge of county government, coupled with his eagerness to assist and improve, has been invaluable in navigating the complexities of our work. But perhaps what I appreciate the most about Barry is his openness to new ideas. Often when I'm the one to approach him with a crazy idea, he not only embraces it, but dives in head first, helping me turn those ideas into reality. Barry's the kind of person who doesn't just talk about making a difference, he does it day in and day out. And while I may have been the one to nominate him to receive this recognition today, we have had many others reach out upon finding out about this nomination to express their support, which speaks to the fact that I'm not alone in recognizing his immense value to our county. So as we honor Barry as our Employee of the Month, let's take a moment to thank him for everything that he does. Barry, your hard work and dedication do not go unnoticed. You're a true asset to Carbon County, and we're lucky to have you on our team. Congratulations, and thank you for all you do.
You gonna speak, Barry?
Quite frankly, I just enjoy my job. So thank you. And there's lots of employees here that deserve this honor as well.
Which one is it that you enjoy?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Barry. Congratulations.
Thank you, Barry.
Item 3 is Employee of Recognitions, Kellie Payne.
All right. I'm super excited about this. We have several employee recognitions. We're actually going to start with the Republican Party Chair, Tina Urbanek, along with Clay and Cindy Curry from Balance Rock. They have a special recognition, so we're going to start there, and then I will be back up. Okay, they're just being recognized. They're not here. Tina's presenting.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me here today on behalf of the Carbon County Republican Party. And recently in March, we had a really large event. It was larger than any event that we have had thus far, and we had almost 340 attendees. With that, we had it at the event center, and there were many changes. There were many, ups, downs, all kinds of things. And we'd like to recognize your two ladies out at the event center, Christy Wilson and Aubrey Kirkwood, for the outstanding job they did. Now, we understand that they get paid to do a job. However, they do it very well, and we really appreciate it. And they were flexible, they went with the flow, and we just really felt like they needed to be recognized. So as a party, we were already going to recognize them. And then Cindy and them over at Balance Rock had reached out and also wanted to say what a great job they did. So we reached out to Cindy, asked if they would like to participate and donate also to the gift, and they did. So we do have a little something that we'd like to present to them and give them a big thank you.
Oh, Christy, you're not getting off that one. I know she.
Thank you both.
All right, next item, I'm actually going to ask Officer Montoya to join me. He sent in a couple of emails to recognize some employees. So I'm gonna have him come up and tell us why he nominated them. Whatever you want to do. Okay.
Hello, Commissioners, back again. So I want to recognize Jaden Tonsbill Heath for their actions on an incident a couple weeks ago where I was called to assist county on a elderly male that had fallen. When I got there, Bill and Jaden had been working for the county at the time. They seen what happened, stopped and rendered aid to the individual and did an excellent job with him. He was bleeding fairly heavily and they had him wrapped up. I didn't have to do much when I got there. And every time I come here, I talk about the cooperation with the departments and first responders. This is another example of what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter what department you're with or who you're associated with. We all have the same job and they jumped in to act. They were actually working for Wellington Fire at the time. So if I could have them come up. As they're walking up, I want to point out we are among first responders every day in the community. And a lot of the times you pass by them, don't even know who they are, because we do a good job of hiding. So anyway, like to recognize them if you guys want to say something. Yep. You can stay too if you want. Okay, Bill's gonna stay here. He was a hero times 2, but I'd also like to call Dave Varner. So Bill and Dave, a couple days ago, we had an elderly gentleman suffer a medical episode behind the wheel of his vehicle. Unfortunately, he was unconscious, not breathing. Bill happened to be at the ambulance garage close by to the incident when it came out, and he responded yet again. Wasn't on duty, anything. When he got there, he began performing CPR. At the same time, Dave Varner was coming down the road, seeing he was performing resuscitation, and stopped to help, as well as 2 deputies with the sheriff's office, which they'll be recognized later. I don't want to spoil the fun. But between the team of 4, they were able to get early resuscitation going, early CPR, as well as fibrillation. The gentleman was breathing by the time he got back to the hospital. So it was an excellent effort. And yet again, it doesn't matter what department, how we're affiliated, we all have the same job. So I'd like to recognize these 2 for a job well done. They should feel pretty proud of themselves for what they did.
Yeah, sure. Give me a microphone, I'll teach it. That was just a right time, right place type of situation, but these are nice. I love these. These are great, but the recognition really for myself, for Bill, and for all the first responders out there really needs to be for our families. They're the ones that don't know where we're at 2 a.m. when the pager goes off. And I'd like to just, my wife's back there, when we have chores to do and my pager goes, she's left feeding the cows and running kids to soccer and tennis and making sure things still stay around. And I want to make sure that spouses, are recognized, and families, because they're the ones that don't know where I'm at, don't know when I'm going to be back, don't know if I'm in a fire, don't know if I'm under a car in a wreck. They don't know if I'm up the canyon or down the road, and they worry. And I want to just, I want the recognition to go where it deserves, because I couldn't do anything I do without family support. And, also thank you guys for continued support of your ambulance services and these first responders. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Sure why I'm coming up, but anyway, these 2, of course, are now on our Price Fire Department. I just want to recognize that they are amazing, good hands. Dave Varner is our new deputy, one of our new deputy chiefs. Bill actually became on our department April 1st. And so it's just amazing to see how we lucked out and got great employees or volunteers in our sense. And like Matt said, they're everyday individuals that are able to respond in a moment's notice. And like Dave said, they dropped everything to come and do what others would not. So again, we just want to recognize that they did an amazing job and above and beyond what they need to do every day.
Thanks, Chief.
All right. Our next one is from Kellie Wright. She would like to recognize her staff with the crisis nursery staff, sorry. So Kellie, if you'd like to come up.
I don't know if many people in the community know that the Family Support Center provides a crisis care service for children and families in our community. We're available 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. on 7 staff who are underpaid and who are underappreciated. And they give a lot of care and a lot of time to caring for these children and making them feel safe and protected, meeting their needs. And yeah, and I just wanted to recognize how much I appreciate all of their hard work and all of the time that they have put in and the care and love that they give these kiddos. And then they have to come home and they have to provide care and love to their families. And as we just heard, some of the families don't know what you guys are doing at work. And I just wanted to appreciate them and thank them for everything. So if you guys could come up, I'll give you this. Yes. Megan Amberlango. She's our full-time nursery coordinator, and she has juggled everybody's schedules and it's just been a lot. Julie, she's one of our crisis workers. Kate Johnson is our crisis care worker. Cherokee is our crisis worker. Tori Sweet, Miranda, she's our crisis worker. And Kira, she's also a crisis worker. And we also have Cody Swayze, but she also has another job and she drives the bus for the school district. So anyway, thank you so much.
Congratulations to all of you. Thank you very much.
All right, and last but certainly not least, one I'm super excited about is for Andy Schmidt with our road department. He is retiring. He has been employed with Carbon County for 34 years. He started in June of 1989. So Andy, if you will please join us. We do have a plaque, it's just not finished, so I apologize, but we will get it to you. And then Daniel, if you want to join. I have a plaque, it's just not done, so we'll get it to you as soon as it's done. Go ahead.
I will.
Say all your words.
Commissioners, when a professional sports star retires, there's usually a long list of accolades. And for working men, that usually doesn't happen. But for Andy Schmidt, for the past nearly 35 years, there's no way to account for the miles of road that he's repaired, the tons of asphalt that he's paved, the cubic yards of earth that he's moved. But for the time that he's spent at the road department, he's been a very valuable teammate. And we're sad to see him go. We're going to miss his expertise. We're going to miss his hard work. But we're excited that after all these years of hard work that he'll get to enjoy his retirement. So we're looking forward to that. Thank you, Andy.
Thank yous all. Appreciate yous for putting up with me.
Well, thank you, Andy. We have good employees here, and most are underpaid, and most of the time they're just chewed on instead of appreciated. The public doesn't really realize in full what our employees go through, and so thank you. Item 4 is open sealed bids for industrial oils for the road department.
We have 2 bids.
Commissioners, these bids should include a price per ton for oils, 3 different types of oils used for paving and for chip seals. They should also include trucking rates to bring that oil to Carbon County from from the locations of manufacturing. So the first bid is from Peak Asphalt. The product LMCRS2, $595 per ton. Taxes are included, freight is included. CSS 1H 2-to-1 dilute, $380 a ton. Freight is included. And a quick set emulsion, a dilute of 60/40, $435 per ton. That's all originating from North Salt Lake. From Peak Asphalt, yep. And then the second quote is from New Rock Asphalt Coatings. Their price per ton for LMCRS2 is $560 per ton with freight per ton of $37.65, so a total of $597.65. CSS $372 per ton with a freight charge of $37.65 for a total of $409.65. And then the quick set emulsion, $394 per ton, freight charge $37.65 for a total of $431.65.
Looks like the Peak Asphalt has the low on 2 items, and New Rock has it on the one. Is that correct?
That is correct. And the item that New Rock is low on is a quick set emulsion that we use for a flush coat on chip seal. So the quantities anticipated for that product are much lower than the quantities for the other 2 oils. So it appears that Peak will be the low and the one awarded.
Any questions or discussion?
I don't have any questions. If there's not any others, I'll make a motion that we acknowledge both bids and allow Daniel Luke and Commissioner Jensen to review and award the best value.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. Item 5 is discussion and possible approval of vacating the old Kenilworth Railway right-of-way. Todd Thorn is not here. I think I can explain a little bit of what's going on with this right-of-way. Many years ago, when the rail company moved out of that area, as well as Spring Canyon, they deeded to the county that right-of-way. And we have incorporated a lot of that right-of-way into our trail system. And this particular piece of the railroad right-of-way is on the east side of Kenilworth, and it overlays the new subdivision that the Blackhawk folks are going to build. And so the right-of-way that we would relinquish would allow for the subdivision to be built and the lots to be built, but the access for public will not be cut off because the roads for this new subdivision will take the place of that old right-of-way. And the weird thing is that the right-of-way is not even where the tracks were, and there is no trail where this right-of-way is, so we're not losing anything at all. So our trail systems stay intact all the way from that area back to Helper and also to the east towards the airport road. So any questions or concerns?
No questions. And if there's none,